Carrie Davis here. I am super excited about today because we're going to take a stroll through something that I love and I'm passionate about, and I'm super excited to share with you. So I'm hoping everybody's having a blessed Sunday. I was just given a friend of mine who lives in California. She said she was going to Sheila, I was just talking about you, going to put on her hoodie and a jacket, and I'm sitting here in a tank top. But Sheila, I did put on a shawl for you, so I want you to feel bad. So anyway, I'm really excited about today, and I'm going to take a few minutes just to tell you a little bit about me. I live in Mesa, Arizona, and I wanted to share with you my story, first of all. Hey, Donna. Hi, Clyde. And it starts about 10 years ago. And it'll explain a little bit about my passion for these tower gardens. So about 10 years ago, I found myself in a place that I was stuck and I was scared. I don't know if any of you have ever been stuck in a place with your health or your job or anything. Everything was stuck for me. And I was pretty scared at the time because my health wasn't the best. I wasn't at the healthiest weight. I was getting sick every year. I was getting bronchitis every winter. My energy was terrible. I was in my early 50s. I just thought this was how it was going to be. But what I was scared of is I was going to be my family history. I had been on just about 5 different medications for about 10 years, and nothing had changed. Nothing had changed. Hey, Diane. So I was in a place where I just thought, it's just going to be my legacy that I'm going to end up just like my parents. And I had a defining moment. I think all of us have defining moments in our life. Mine came in the way of falling off of a ladder. And all of a sudden I had this back injury. And I landed in the office of a local chiropractor. A friend of mine recommended him. And before I could pick up the phone, because I was pretty leery to call somebody to even work on my back was so messed up. But he reached out and called me. And he was actually the first person to actually sit down with me and talk to me about the power of food and nutrition. And when I had several sessions with him, I realized I'm not eating the way I need to eat. Like, I thought I was eating pretty healthy, but everything he said made sense to me. And nothing was working for me. Diets weren't working. I was working out in the gym 5 days a week. Nothing was working. And I thought, I need to try something different. So I made some dietary changes, and he introduced me to some concentrated plant powders that have forever changed my life. I will always be on that concentrated plant nutrition because none of us can eat the amount of food that we're supposed to be eating for optimal health. 13 plus servings a day of the wide, beautiful colors, it just doesn't happen. So that was one of my biggest changes. And in about 1 year, I found myself, I had helped with the help of my doctor, who was very forward thinking, went ahead and helped me wean off all that medication. And I was on stuff like metformin and Crestor and arthritis medication, pain medication, and a muscle relaxant. Like, they were pretty serious stuff. So it took me a while to wean off of them. But here's the deal. I got my energy back. I can't remember the last time I was sick. I'm at a healthier weight, and my dental health got better. My skin looks amazing. I feel better than I did when I was 40. Honestly, I will never go back. I don't want to feel that crummy. I remember how crummy I felt. It was awful. But here was my challenge. Like, how do I get better plants? Like, I don't know about any of you, but you go out to a store, you buy all this produce, hey, Mary, and you bring it home, and like 2 days later, you're throwing it out. Like, it goes bad on you. And at the time, I had 4 foster kids, all teenagers, living in my house. And one of the things that I knew was that through better nutrition, it would feed their brain, it would help their behavior, and they could become more focused. That I knew. So my challenge was, like, how do I get this much produce into this house so that I have good, organic, non-GMO produce all the time where I can make some changes? And I have incredible stories that I'll share later about these kids. It's amazing. Hey, Janice. Hey, Patty. So anyway, fast forward about 6 months, all of a sudden, I'm in a room full of thousands of people, and I see the tower garden. And I was like, you're kidding me. I don't have to weed. The first thing, I don't have to weed anymore. Like, because I couldn't weed with my back. I was still in rehab with my back. I couldn't, I was like, I can't believe this. There's no soil. And then I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to change the face of this earth. People, because the people who are in the system, the people that are going to food banks, the kids that are in foster care, they don't have access to this. They don't have access to fresh food. They have access to processed food. And that's what leads to a lot of the problems that we're seeing today. So I was over the top excited. And I got my first tower garden. And now I have 4 tower gardens. In Oregon, I grew for 6 years. I had 5 tower gardens. My kids that lived in my home, I had over 240 something kids. They all ate off my tower garden. I used to give them plates and they'd go to my tower gardens and just harvest and put it on their plates. Like, it was incredible. And so now here I am in Arizona and I have 4. And by the way, I do live in a fifth wheel, a residential fifth wheel. So when people say I don't have the space, I'm telling you, you got the space. These guys are incredible. So now we're going to take a stroll and I'm going to explain a little bit about one version of the tower garden, which is called the Tower Garden Flex. And it's flex because it can be grown outside or it can be grown inside. It could be put in a garage with lights or in an extra bedroom with lights. Because when you grow inside, you need lights, but it also grows outside. And every Sunday, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on a different part of the tower garden about its growing, all that. So I hope you stay with the series because I'm super excited about it. So let's take a stroll, okay? So I have put my awning out so it's not so bright. Okay. It is a little bright, but that's all right. I'm going to show you here. Okay. I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a stroll first, and then I'm going to show you exactly how this all works. So this is one of my tower gardens, and it's a strawberry tower, as you can see. And look at that guy right there. It's going to get picked. I'm telling you what. Here's my other tower garden. Now this is, I've been growing since about September, 1st of September on this tower garden. And as you can see, we have these beautiful, look at this tomato. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Tomatoes. I have some little peppers right up here. I have, oh look, I have some cherry tomatoes. I have, on this one, I have some eggplant. Okay. Lots of peppers. This is cilantro, which I love. Oh my gosh, the cilantro is amazing. I got peppers coming. This one is a tower. We call it Clyde because it's my husband's tower. This is celery. Look at the celery. Lavender. It's got, we have some peppers. This is a cucumber down here, and it has a watermelon right here. And look at these baby zucchinis that are growing right here. Do you see it? And this is a tomatillo. That's what you make green salsa with, and it's growing. Bok choy. This is another tomato we just planted. On this side, you see the green pepper. Look at all the peppers here. Oh, so good. Basil. Right? And this is another cucumber and a cantaloupe, okay? So on these 2. So let me get back here. So I'm going to explain a little bit what happens. So when you get a Tower Garden Flex, literally it comes with everything in it to grow, okay? And so you're going to get a seeding kit. Oh, you know what? Let me go get, there's another seeding kit. One of them my neighbor just took, and so I'm gonna just show somebody, so I'm gonna grab another one. Okay, so when you get it, it comes with everything to grow. Okay, it's gonna come with this base right here. This is where the water is in. There's 20 gallons of water in here. Okay, now can you see it? Okay, and this is extra, the dolly. I would really recommend you getting some kind of dolly, but this is really nice because it fits. It just fits, the whole thing fits right in here. It's super awesome. This cage is an accessory that I purchased, and I purchased it because I knew I was going to be growing big plants like tomatoes, something that's viney. If you're not growing anything that's viney like tomatoes or zucchini or cucumbers, you don't need this. You actually can have it just like this, like the strawberry tower. It doesn't need a support cage. It's also going to come with its own pump, and it's going to come right here, and it's going to come with a timer. So literally you're going to take this with a blue hose. It goes from the pump to the bottom of the base of the tower, and you screw it in there. There's no tools required. You're also going to get what we call Tower Garden Mineral Blend, and you're going to get 2 of these. Let me push these out of the way. You're going to get 2 of these. You're going to get Tower Tonic A and Tower Tonic B. Both of these are important to have. You shouldn't be using one without the other, and they come as a set. So you're going to get quarts, and I always recommend that people get gallons for a growing season. Okay, so super important. So in this seeding kit, yeah, okay, it's going to come with rock wool. Now I'm going to take a session on a Sunday and really talk about how to grow, and I'm going to have some started. And I'm also going to talk about a couple different ways, because there's a couple of different ways you can use to grow. We're super, super lucky here in Arizona, and actually anyone in the state can do this. You can actually order from True Garden, and he has amazing seedlings. And he's in Mesa. He's like 2 miles away from me, so I go and I get seedlings if I need any straight from him. But you're going to get some seed packets, okay? When in your kit, you're going to get the cups, and if you want, you can order these little clips, and you'll understand these little clips next week when I start talking about the home garden, because it's a smaller unit that stays inside. So you have these little clips. You have vermiculite, which you're going to need when you start growing your seeds. That's all included in this kit, okay? And then you're also going to get pH up and down. So here's pH down and pH up. I typically use a lot of this here in Arizona, okay? So sometimes after a while, you're going to know, like, do I need more pH down, or am I going to need more pH up? And you can actually get, the set comes with the negative and the plus. You can actually buy all negative or all plus, depending on your water, okay? And then once a week, literally, this is the part I love. This is the part I so love, because it comes with its own pH kit. And once a week, you're going to get some water. So you can see I got a little bit of water in there. I'm going to add 5 drops. Let me make sure I've got this here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I look for lime green. See? It's perfect. That's water out of one of my towers. So I don't have to do anything. It's totally fine. So you're also going to add, sorry, I got to put that on there. You're also going to add tonic. Probably when you first get started, you're going to add a cup of A and a cup of B. And then you're also going to, in about 10 days, add another cup of A and another cup of B, and now it's full strength. And the reason you do that is because you don't want to over tonic your little baby seedlings when you first start. And then you just get on a schedule. It's super easy. So I'm going to show you something here. So, see, one of them's running. Oh, I think this one actually is. I'm going to see if I can show you guys what it looks like on the inside a little bit. Let's see. I don't know if you see that. Water coming up, and then it just cascades down the back side. Okay? Whoops. That might have not worked. Hold on a second. You see it? So now it cascades down the back end of the root system. So there literally is no dirt in these. Okay? Can you see the little root, the little growing thing right here? There's no soil, none. And the only thing that I do about once every couple weeks is I reach in here. Let's see if I can do this. Look, here's the roots. So I just go in and I just pull them gently. They come away, and that way they don't get caught up in the pump. And that's kind of my weeding, to be honest with you, is pulling the roots once in a while, giving it some tonic, checking the pH. And I always, because they're so beautiful out here, I typically about every other day, I come out here with some water, just spray them down a little bit, clean them up. And that is about it. That is as much work as I do. Now, if you'll notice, the height of these is not very much. So I have somebody who's in a wheelchair that can go around the outside and still garden. I've had them in restaurants. I've had them in retirement homes. I have them in schools, which we have free curriculum. So homeschooling moms, we have free curriculum that's been developed by Seton Hall. It's amazing. So that's available free as well. So think about this, and we're going to talk about it in a different session. But for me, it was a no-brainer because these produce quick and they produce a lot. They produce 30% more than most gardens. If I have a bug, let's just say here, I can use neem oil, or I can actually pull the whole plant out, wash it off, stick it back in. Okay, so it's pretty amazing because I don't use herbicides or pesticides, and which is really nice because you get a lot of that in soil growing. And the other ease of it is just the simplicity. There's no tools. If you see these sections, it's like a big Lego. You just go back and forth all the way to the top. It's a super easy system. So I'm going to stroll through here just for a few more minutes so you can take a look at all the beautiful produce that this thing is growing. Look at that. I mean, I have so much. It's like we've been harvesting about, almost every day for the last couple of weeks. And it's just been amazing. Whoops, there's some. See? So it's just amazing how much produce. And you can grow lettuce. You can grow on any of your greens. You can grow herbs. You can grow pretty much anything other than a root vegetable. So it's super simple. It's super easy. It's super affordable. And we're going to talk about that on our last series. We're going to be talking about the affordability of these. But here's what I know. I was spending more than $15 a week on produce. Even by myself, after the kids all left, I was still, because organic is a little bit more, and I couldn't buy that beautiful variety I was looking for. So if you're spending $15 a week or more on produce, these totally make sense. They totally make sense. And here's the deal. I'm not throwing food away. I just go out and use what I need. And yesterday or the day before, I harvested my inside tower, and a friend of mine across the street was making some nachos or something and needed some lettuce, and we were able to give her some lettuce. It's incredible. So they're beautiful, they're affordable, they're simple, they're easy. There's no weeding, no dirt. It uses 90% less water because it recycles, which is pretty awesome. And we don't have hardly any power usage because the pump is like a 3-watt pump. It's like a fountain pump. It doesn't pull hardly anything. Now, the beautiful part about these flex towers is that you can put lights on them and you can bring them inside. And so we'll talk about that more at a different time. But I hope you enjoyed kind of going through these tower gardens. I hope that it answered a few questions about how easy they are. They come with everything. It's like a plug and play kit. And you literally, it gets shipped to your house, and within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's put together, and you can start your seedlings, and it's incredible. And greens and lettuces, I will tell you, you'll be harvesting within about 2 weeks. That's the beautiful part of this. You're eating off of it. I mean, pretty quickly. So anyway, I hope that that helped you a little bit. I hope you had some fun just strolling through those tower gardens. Hey, Jennifer, I know, they are so amazing. And I'll tell you something. Once you get one, you get hooked. Right, Jennifer? Like, you get hooked, and so then all of a sudden you want another one. And then you want another one. Want another one. And that's how we got 4. In a fifth wheel, I have 4. 3 outside, 1 inside. So, anyway, you will catch the bug. And here's the thing. You're going to know what you're putting on your table, what you're eating, and it's so nutrient dense. It's amazing. Once you eat Tower Garden lettuce, you will never buy lettuce in the store. Never. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here next week. I know, Jennifer, you do need another one. I'm serious. And I didn't check. Does anybody have any questions? I'm looking. I can see people watching. But if you have questions, just drop it in, or text me, or put it on Facebook Messenger for me, and I'll answer them. I'll get back to you, honestly. These are pretty incredible. So anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and then I'll see you back here next Sunday on our next edition, because we're going to be talking about the home tower, which is different than the flex tower. So see you back here on Sunday, next Sunday, same time, 3 p.m. MST or 2 p.m. PST. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.